Welcome everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is the MSV podcast. Here we talk about crypto. My name is Sabi, I am your host today. Let's start. Okay, I can see that Shahaf is also connecting. Let's do an audio check before we start, before we kick everything off.
Yes, hello everybody.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Great. So I think we can kick this off. We don't even have to wait until 7 p.m. Dubai time. I mean, everybody's from another time zone here. But if you are good to go, then I think we should start.
Yeah, sure. And it's great to see a lot of familiar faces in the audience, but it's also great to see folks that I don't recognize. So that's great to see how we grow.
Well, you don't recognize them now, but maybe in the next one, they will also be the familiar faces. So yeah, it's a good turnaround. We are very happy to have everyone here. Hi, from GM, GN, from wherever you are. Today, we have a very interesting topic. We brought Coti, Shahaf, to speak about what they are doing, how they develop the ecosystem, how they develop this crypto space, which we call as a new industry. Before we kick this off, I just have some housekeeping to do. First of all, this is recorded, so if you want to listen back, then you can do so here on Twitter, or we are also on Spotify and other podcast platforms. Obviously, at the end of this chat, we will have a Q&A session. If you have any questions, just request to be a speaker or write it in the comment because we can read it from there as well. We have time for 3 questions. So yeah, but I will remind you guys. Don't forget that we also have roundtables, which is held by Naini and Peter every 2 weeks, and I'm coming every 2 weeks with somebody very interesting from whom we learn a lot all the time. I was thinking as an icebreaker, it would be great if you could give us an intro, about yourself, what you do, and maybe a small or short presentation of the project of the company.
Sure. So I've been in tech more than 20 years now. Based out of Tel Aviv, and I'm the CEO of Coti since its inception, and I'm now also part of the Coti Foundation. What we do in Coti, we are the fastest and lightest confidentiality layer on Ethereum. We are powered by a breakthrough cryptographic protocol, Garbled Circuits, and secured by Ethereum. So we had a lot of novelty there. And essentially, we introduced the most advanced solution for data protection on a public blockchain. So we make a public blockchain private. Then this paves the way for what we believe is the next wave of Web3 innovation and adoption. And we unlock a whole new world of use cases that include, confidential transactions, which is everything like stablecoins, real-world assets, CBDCs, payments, etc. Machine learning and federated learning, DeFi, of course, dynamic decentralized identification, and a lot more. So I'm definitely not alone in this. We have an amazing team. Most of us work together since 2017. With leadership like our CTO, Dr. Nira Lohani. He sold his company to IBM, was their former head of research. He's a math PhD with 14 patents. Real expert in data compression, AI, and machine learning. Our strategy, Yair Lavi, was the CEO of Plus 500 in the UK. Efrat, she's with me for I think it's about 10 years, and she handles everything marketing as a chief marketing officer. And there's a bunch of PhDs coming from Soda Labs that are the minds behind Garbled Circuits. We invested in this research. So Dr. Avishai Yanai and Dr. Meital Levy, both world experts in cryptography. So
wow,
yeah.
lots of big names, lots of
PhDs. I'm always not the smartest guy in the room.
Well, you have to choose your partners well, and you don't have to be, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just beautiful. That's it.
Okay. Well, maybe people can react to this with emojis. I want to see some likes here. Okay, let's go forward. Let's go forward because today we want to discuss a bit about privacy and about Coti. So let's go into a bit generic topic and let's discuss what is the problem with the privacy today on the blockchain, or maybe in general. Why did you start this whole operation, this whole project?
Sure. So look, the problem with a public blockchain is that it's public. Um, there's some misconception about the transparent nature which we like about blockchains and the fact that sensitive data is available. That's not what we actually meant when we thought about this. Being verifiable does not mean that sensitive data needs to be out there. So essentially, every data breach, data leak that has happened, in the years since the internet inception happened because data is not encrypted. Now, the reason that we don't encrypt data is that we can't handle it once it's encrypted. We need to decipher it, and when we do that, we we open ourselves up for a data breach. It's more difficult when it comes to public blockchain because by definition, everything on a public blockchain is widely available and it's there forever. So, I don't think people still believe that their, public address on, let's say, Ethereum keeps them anonymous because it's not. There are now organizations, both governmental surveillance organizations, but also private organizations like Arkham that actually allow you to match a real person to his address, right? And once that's done, then everything that has ever happened with this address is there forever, right? So it's like I don't want to be dystopian about this, but um, when you really think of it, it's crazy that all this data is available on a public blockchain. That wasn't the intention, and it's just something that needs to be fixed. And it's not just me saying that. Obviously, it's Vitalik Buterin saying that about Ethereum for it to actually succeed. It's key leaders in our industry, but also most, if not all, enterprises that I've ever discussed with about building apps on a public blockchain, or any government that I discuss with, and I do that quite a lot, all said the same thing. Like they bring up privacy as one of the key features that they need. And because they can't find it on a public blockchain, then they just turn around to private blockchains, and having a private blockchain misses the point, if you ask me. And this is not what all of us here actually want. So privacy is a fundamental challenge that still exists on every public blockchain. And the transparent nature of blockchain means that all financial and sensitive data is laid bare for everybody to view at any time. Now, we wouldn't want to have our bank account and transaction history widely open, not our chats, not our medical records, or everything else. And this is why I'm sure, and I'm betting that privacy is the next frontier in blockchain networks. And if you follow the smart money that pours into it, you see the same thing. And the major research type VCs invest in this a lot. And I don't, and even if you don't bet on Coti, I suggest you bet on privacy as a big thing. It's important to say right now that privacy is not anonymity. People get confused. Privacy is not anonymity. Anonymity is I sent you something and nobody knows who sent what to who. This is a legal problem, right? I get why people like it, but it's a legal problem.
Yeah.
But me sending you something, but not showing the entire world what I sent you is a human right. And this is what we are doing with Coti V2. This is what we're protecting. And this is what is required for this space to really grow. And the way we do it is I would say not routine. We use an innovative technology that hasn't been deployed to blockchain yet. I mean, we've done it as a POC now, but it's really novel. It's called Garbled Circuits. We do that as an Ethereum layer 2, and we innovate a lot in how we build the layer 2. And nobody knows it yet because our white paper is not out, but that's a big thing. And we do that with our current business infrastructure. So the same Coti token, the same listings, liquidity, integrations, all of that. So we really hit the ground running with what we do.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, it's a long answer, but I am very
it's
I'm
great.
I'm very excited about the what we do.
Well, I can hear it, and I totally understand it. And yes, I want to highlight here something very important what you just said, and that is privacy is not anonymity. And yes, of course, you open a wallet, and as soon as you send something where you need a KIC, everybody knows. I mean, everybody knows who you are, right? And of course, privacy is a human right. And I think this also shows the development of the industry, because we need more transparency, and we want to see the transactions for illicit activities and so on, to just tackle this problem, to make a step forward. And now we just arrived to the point where we say that, okay, blockchain is very important in our life. It's not the Wild West anymore. It can be used for a lot of things, and we need privacy because bigger institutions want to use it. I don't know, the health industry wants to use it, and obviously everybody's health info is very private, so on, so on. So yeah, it's very important what you just said, and I totally agree with you. So you already mentioned that you are working on garbled networks. What is the actual state of it? When do you plan to launch it? You also said that the white paper is not out yet. When can we see it? Let's see. Can you leak some, or maybe just tell us why it is different a bit from other privacy technologies?
Sure. So let's do that once at a time. So first of all, what is the actual state of garbled networks? So we already have a working POC. We've demonstrated it at a demo, and with a video and everything around it. The next stop is the white paper. Some of the Garbled Circuits technology is actually IP that is being patented. So I really wanted to actually drop the white paper next week. I may still do so, but probably more realistically, it will take us 2 to 3 weeks. But it doesn't, nobody has ever, built or not built anything because of the white paper. So we continuously build the developer network, which is what's next. We always said that it was Q2, and I'm now certain that it's early Q2, like early Q2. So that's coming, and with it we will. And with it we will also release like a grants program, and bring in developers to work on the network. Obviously, we already do these high level calls with protocols and others to bring on as design partners. Developer network is big thing because this is kind of like where people can actually start building, because our Solidity will be out, and people can start working. Testnet, mainnet, that's the next quarters, Q3 and Q4. So that's the state of the garbled networks. Sorry, garbled circuits. What else? You've asked what we bring to the ecosystem. So there are other layer twos, and there will be more layer twos, but layer twos that solve privacy is rare. There will be competitors, which is great. but it's rare. And the way we
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
solve privacy is not even rare, it's unique. Nobody will do it like we do. And we're going to also innovate around how we solve scalability using decentralized sequencers. So that's use. We haven't talked about it earlier. That will be available in our white paper. But for those of you who understand how rollups and layer twos work, it's usually with a sequencer that are, and we're going to do it a bit differently with a decentralized sequencers. So in the end, what we'll have is the scalability of a layer two, like Arbitrum or whatnot, but with confidential transactions and computing. We'll have, Ethereum security, EVM compatible ecosystem connected to Ethereum, all the tools and the liquidity pools and everything, and low gas fees. And that means, that would be easy to develop and use what we do. It's solidity. It's the best of all worlds, I believe.
But I'm really looking forward to it. You also mentioned, I think it's on the first page of your website, that it has a very light computational power request, or it's much lighter. I think it says 100 times lighter. Why do you think why it's needed? Because we also see on other segments of the market, lots of projects about GPUs, and using idle GPUs. Is it something which connects to that, or this is something totally different?
So why is it important that encryption and decryption will be light and fast? It's all about user experience, right? If you need to decipher data, if you need to compute something, right? Let's say you're using DeFi and you're making a trade, right? Or you want to connect your protocol and show your ID or whatnot, right? Everything that we do. If it takes time, the encryption becomes like a bottleneck, then it's a very poor user experience. Latency. And fully homomorphic encryption, for instance, I think it's an amazing type of technology, but it's not mature yet. And it takes a lot of time and it's super expensive. Now, costs are also poor user experience because, if users usually pay the fees for things. So that's, again, bad for users. Lastly, the fact that your type of encryption is lightweight and fast means that you can use any device that you want to actually make computation. So you can use it on a mobile phone. So what I like about Garbled Circuits is that it's just all the advantages at a very low cost, very low latency, and you can run it on any device. And this is why user experience will be great. This is why you can actually use it in DeFi payments, stablecoins, CBDCs, and whatnot, because the other technologies are great on paper, but it's just very slow and sluggish and expensive. And I don't think it can really scale up at this point. Maybe in the coming years, but not right now.
Understood. Thank you very much for this insight. Can you tell us a couple of use cases who we use this new technology? Is it anybody, or do you have targeted audience or targeted segments of different markets who will really benefit? And you are already, I don't know, maybe talking to some of them.
Sure. So we're an infrastructure. So anybody that builds a dApp that can be better with confidential transactions will use us. And I think it will be a standard, right? Because if all things are the same, why wouldn't you use a dApp that can keep your data confidential and can protect your sensitive data? Like, why would you use something else? And so this is why it's I think it will be the prevailing thing. But it's not just Web3 developers, or what I call the new web developers. It's also Web2 and institutions that want to come into the space, and this for them is like mandatory. I don't care about any I don't mind if it's like free, fast, everything is great, if I can't protect sensitive data, then I am in major infringement of my duties as an institution, or I'm not protecting my IP as an enterprise, and I'm not doing it. So this is like mandatory. So for them, this is critical, and I see them coming into coming to the space and using this technology as well. Now, we already saw significant interest in our solution. No, as the weeks in the weeks that will follow, we will start sharing these use cases and design partners and those who use it. I mean, we already signed a few. Big things to think about: confidential DeFi, so confidential transactions, proprietary type of trading, private pools, private AMMs, etc. It used to be a big thing because like every network needs a DeFi, needs an exchange, needs a DEX, and usually the problem is around liquidity, obviously for new chains. But with new primitives like intent, you can actually build a DEX pretty fast, and enough said about this. And one of the main reasonings to use confidential DeFi is that you don't have MEV problems anymore. Payments, CBDCs, stablecoins, real-world assets, everything that is institutional, like stablecoins, real-world assets, and CBDCs. As I said, privacy is mandatory. It's not a consideration, it's mandatory. So we're looking into that as well. And payments, obviously, this is like Coti legacy. We're very strong at that. Machine learning. So I think we'll publish an article about our angle on this because I think it's pretty interesting. But confidential machine learning, so we call it GCML, Garbled Circuits machine learning, but also federated learning and the ability of two parties to share data, but without actually sharing the data to train a model and then use it. Again, it's really like a brave new world with AI and confidential machine learning. And lastly is dynamic decentralized identification. So you can do deeds like decentralized identification with ZKs, and it's great for that. But it's very limited because if I'm a DApp and I want to ask something about this user, but without exposing his sensitive data, with ZK I'm limited. I can ask one thing, another thing, ask like specific things. If I want to ask like complicated things, like say, are you over 18, have a car, and live outside of the US? You can't really do that with ZKs. This whole thing is called dynamic deeds. We're excited about this, and we'll probably have a design partner for this as well.
Well, I think you poured so much information on us that we all will need to re-listen to this chat. But thank you very much. I think that was a great insight, and actually, I think it was a great learning about ZK as well. I sensed a bit of KIC hint there from what you said, but yeah, thanks very much. And I think we should also discuss a bit about Coti's token, because the project also has a token. And my first thought was that, has the utility of the token changed, with this new upgrade? Is there anything which we should know about, or we didn't see yet and you want to highlight?
No, I mean actually the Coti token is like really straightforward. It's exactly like ETH, Sol, ADA. It's a utility token that is used to pay fees, gas, etc. on the network. That was always the case, but I think now it will just, I expect the network to grow a lot, so it will just be more useful. And obviously, you're going to have everything around staking, etc. So the way to secure the network, the bloodline of the network, but any prominent major L1 or L2 sort of tokens is quite similar in that respect.
So it will be the all-rounder as it was until now. Great. I know that you are also offering a big airdrop to the community. Can you tell us about it a bit?
Sure, and I know everybody is waiting on that. So
yes.
let's start off with when. So the campaign, the Coding V2 airdrop campaign, will start by the end of the month, this month, right? Before the month ends. We'll give like exact date and maybe even do a countdown as we get closer to it, because some last weeks are needed. Like where or what this whole thing happens at Coti's Treasury, a Treasury app. People are familiar with this app; it's super popular. And the news is that all Treasury participants are automatically eligible to receive part of what is definitely our biggest giveaway yet. Automatically and for everybody. Now, you can do more and earn more, but I'll get into that. So this is like where. So yeah, I said who. So it's open to all Coti holders that hold native or ERC20, so they can participate using Viper Wallet or MetaMask. So you can use it and join, which is news because ERC20 is not yet available in our treasury, and this is part of the final tweaks that we do for the airdrop. So as I said, like in terms of like how, simply if you have a deposit in the treasury, then you're already in. Whether it's been there for a while or it's brand new. I will say, and probably the marketing team will probably shoot me afterwards for already disclosing that, but loyal participants that have been with us for a while, those who were with the Coti campaign, will get a special bonus for their loyalty, as long as they kind of like stay in the treasury. So it's about, essentially it's the same type of treasury APY sort of thing. So you get like this calculation is the same, and this is part of your eligibility. The other thing that is new is time. And I don't mean just having a hard lock. It's about just staying in the treasury. Like every week that passes by, you're getting a more and like a bigger share of the final reward. If you leave, you'll get something, but you're losing the seniority. So as long as you're there and you're not locked, you don't have to be there. But as long as you're there, you're gaining, a bigger piece of the pie, and this thing grows exponentially. So that's a cool thing that we've added. Lastly, it's about activity, right? The more you do with the treasury, the higher your final reward. So it's a calculation of all three things. The basic thing that you always did in the treasury, like the multiples, the lockup period, etc., etc. Then it's seniority and just sitting tight. And lastly, it's about activity. And it's a big reward. And those who are listening but are not part of our channels, so do it now. So you learn how and the right time to actually make a deposit.
Well, tomorrow I'm gonna check on you just to make sure that the marketing team didn't shoot you, because you did share some alpha infos here. So everybody, you heard Shahaf.
I'm actually flying out to a conference tonight, so they can't really catch me. So that's the whole plot.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. 100%. So yeah, everybody, you heard the man. Go and be active, and yeah, rewards are going to be distributed. Now I have only one more questions, and I just wanted to remind everyone that after that, if you have any question, then you can ask to be a speaker, and we will admit you, and you can ask Shahaf your question, or you can just write it in the comment section, and we will just read it to Shahaf. This is going to be maybe the easiest question, and I don't even know if I should ask you this, because you just dropped so much info, but do you have any upcoming short-term announcements which you want to share with us? So maybe, I don't know, just spread it out in the community that everybody should look out for this in the next, I don't know, 1 week, 2 weeks, whenever.
You really want to get me shot by the marketing team, but I would say, look,
you are flying out.
Exactly. So look, the coming weeks are obviously very, very exciting. Everything that leads to the developer network has a lot of big things happening. With the white paper, and how it will be covered, and the sort of innovation that we're gonna put there. There is obviously the airdrop that is always exciting to people, and new partners that will join us as design partners, etc. We're also making some major hires to grow the team. So yeah, other than that and the things I told you, look, it's never been a more exciting time to be in Coti, really. I've been in Coti, since 2017, and this is the most exciting time ever.
Well, I'm really glad to hear it, and I think there is one question in the comments, and Naini will assist me. Okay, Sneaky Crypto, and he says he's asking, are you using hybrid compute leveraging both on-chain and off-chain computational resources? He says, I believe this reduces the overall computational power needed by offloading certain processes off-chain. So I think the question is about if you are using hybrid compute leveraging both on-chain and off-chain.
To be honest, I'm not sure what the answer is. I will have to to consult with the team. This sounds like an important question, but I'm not sure. But it's easier if you offload, but I think you may lose a few of the things that you need, like in terms of transparency and availability, etc. If you offload. So I'm not sure, but I will definitely post about it afterwards.
Well, I think Sneaky Crypto, you can just send a DM, on Telegram or Twitter, or just ask the question, tag Coti, and the team is happy to help. As you guys heard in the beginning, it's like an army of PhD guys and professionals on this. And actually, this is a very complicated and complex thing which Coti is doing here. So yeah, I don't see any more questions, by the way. So I think we can close it here. It means that we did a great job. Everybody understands everything. I think you shared so much information that we will need a couple of days to digest it. Yeah, so thanks for being here, and thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me, and thank you everybody, for taking your time, being here, listening, and being part of this journey. I will do my best to deserve your attention and your time.
I think you are already there, if you ask me. But yeah, again, thanks. And everybody, thank you very much for listening to these spaces. I think it was very interesting. So make sure that you retweet, you share it, you follow us, you follow Coti, you follow Shahaf. Follow, just press the follow button all around. In 2 weeks, my colleagues Naini and Peter are coming with a roundtable with an interesting topic. And as I said, thanks Shahaf again. And I hope that we can have a chat again soon.
Of course. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.